Hi, everybody. This is Jen Shaughnessy from the Makeup Podcast, here today with my BFF, Suzy. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
So we're here today to just shoot the shit about makeup. We're actually getting ready while we do this podcast. So we're going to talk a little bit about our makeup history together and what makeup is to us and what brands we like. And like I said, we're just going to shoot the shit about makeup today. So, as we get started, Suzy, why don't you tell me your background in makeup?
My background in makeup, it started with watching my mom do makeup, quite honestly. And it always fascinated me. So I was like, let's give it a try. And then I started wearing frosted purple Clinique eyeshadow all through my high school career. I hope you do not remember that. But yeah, and then depression set in, and after my mom passed away, and I found solace in going to the MAC counter at Colony Center and visiting this beautiful girl that I know.
What?
Yes. Would that be you?
It might be. I don't know. Maybe.
And you helped me not only pull me out of that point of depression. You turned me on to my love of makeup and everything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I remember you coming to the counter. We're talking like 2002-ish or so.
Yeah, it was a year after my mom died.
Was it really? Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what do you find about makeup makes you escape?
It's the process, because it's all I think about. I don't think about anything else other than my step-by-step process. Okay, I got to do my eyebrows, and then I got to do my eyes, and then I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do this. It makes me focus, and it makes me create, and it makes me feel inspired, and it makes me feel amazing when my face is done, and I'm like, I did that.
Who's that girl?
Hey.
Hey.
I know, but I did that.
Yeah, no, I can definitely relate to that, because it was the same thing, like, after I almost died from having a miscarriage, like, I was super depressed, and then I looked at myself one day, and I was like, what are you doing? You know, like, in yoga pants and a white tank top, just gross all around the house. So I found that, like, it gave me a sense of normalcy, actually, just sort of, like, getting into that routine.
The routine,
and, you know,
right, totally.
And then seeing myself with a little lip gloss and mascara on definitely made me feel more human.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. Even, like, because I have such sparse and blonde eyebrows, even though my hair is darker, even just doing my eyebrows, eyebrows, you frame your face.
Yeah.
You feel like $1 million even if you just do your eyebrows. And some days that's all I could do.
Yeah.
Was my eyebrows.
I know. That's why, like, it's just makeup, but it's not just makeup.
No, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Like, the girls that say, I don't wear makeup, I don't have the time. Well, and you know what? I respect that and I understand that. But you know what? It's not your love. It's our love. It's what we do. It's what we know. And I think that it's our escape. Like, people go for a walk or smoke some weed or whatever.
Yeah.
I like to draw my eyebrows and paint my eyeballs.
No, mommy needs FaceTime.
Yes, literally.
Yeah. All right, cool. So, what are some of your favorite brands right now?
Favorite brands right now? Tarte, clearly, as I have the Tarte Shape Tape Foundation. Controversial, I know, but you know, they listened. I got the.
What do you mean by that?
When they were released after Rihanna put out her Fenty Beauty and her line of foundation, she raised the bar completely for every makeup brand too. If you're going to release something, release it so everybody can wear it.
Oh, color-wise, you mean?
Color-wise,
yeah.
right, and they didn't.
Okay.
And it made huge waves. And
because darker skin clients didn't have available shades for them? Okay.
Correct. And I know that they're expanding their shade range, but it works for my skin because my skin is so oily, and I use the matte foundation, and I don't shine at all.
Okay.
Tarte, I use their Park Avenue Princess palette. Anastasia, clearly, they're awesome. Huda Beauty. Let's see, what else do I have in front of me? Oh, and let's not forget the Queen Jeffree Star.
Okay.
Okay. I think I only wear exclusively his lip.
Oh, okay.
And maybe the Fenty Gloss Bomb. Ooh,
Oh, okay.
every girl needs to own that. I'm just saying.
What do you think are like the top 5 products that everyone should have?
Okay. Well, if you don't have eyebrows like me, I recommend the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade. I use Granite because my hair is darker. Well, when I dye it.
Yeah.
And then I set it with Buxom's. It's a single shadow. It's a black shadow. I always set my pomade for my eyebrows. So I think every girl needs an eyebrow product, even if it's just to fill in like the sparse holes.
Yeah.
Lipstick is a must. Mascara is a must. Eyeliner is a must.
Mm-hmm.
And is that 4 or 5?
Mascara, eyebrow, lips. What else did you say? Gloss. Highlighter. Okay.
I know we have different views on highlighter.
I like it. I'm not obsessed with it.
I am completely, utterly bathe me in highlighter.
That's so funny.
And I'm greasy, but I think highlighter looks different than grease.
Yeah, I think it's just because I worked in the commercial industry for too long. I'm always getting yelled at if someone is shiny. Like, even if it's just a tiny, tiny little bit, there's like, you can't do shine. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. It's a good thing that my picture's not taken often.
But yeah, like, I notice I'm wearing more of it now than I ever have been. But it's also because I'm super dry now. I used to be really oily. And I would do anything to, like, make my skin flat looking. Because I didn't like any reflection at all. Like, none whatsoever.
Yeah, I didn't either in my 20s. 30s, I was like, oh, later.
Unless we're talking lip gloss, then that was a totally different thing.
Do you remember when my lip gloss used to drip off the bottom of my lip? I put on so much of it. I was obsessed. Now the only gloss you can get me near is the Fenty Gloss Bomb.
That is so funny. I know. I used to wear, like, Paris Hilton's favorite color was Purr at one point in MAC. So I always used to wear nude lip, stone lip liner, and a dripping, disgusting amount of Purr lip gloss. So all of my pictures for a good 5 years were just a super shiny nude lip, and now you won't catch me dead in it.
I do. So if I do very simple on the eye, like I'll even just put like the Shape Tape on my eye, and then black liner, and then I'll do a really obnoxious lip like navy blue, or Jeffree Star has Breakfast at Tiffany's, or Dirty Money. Oh.
Yeah,
it's
like sexual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. What was the hardest thing for you to grasp in terms of applying something with makeup or doing a certain technique? Eyes. Really?
Blending eyes was not, when I first started, was not a strong suit of mine. And I always tried to do it with one brush. Like use a flat brush to apply and then a blending brush to do the outside. But I didn't think that, why don't you just take another brush and blend out your contour color so it marries better. And the more I watch YouTubers, Makeup by Jack.
Love him.
Makeup by Jack is a constant inspiration to me, and so is Raw Beauty Christie, the two of them.
Yeah.
By watching both of their videos for years, it's made me a better makeup artist because I learned visually, so I've learned. But eyes were my worst. Matching foundations when I worked for MAC was easy. Lips, easy. Blush, easy. And even picking the eye color, easy. It was just the application of the eyes that got me a couple times.
Okay. I'm just stuck on my eyeshadow right now.
I'm still doing my brows after you did your eyeshadow already.
It's funny, like, how people are so different. Oh, that's what I was going to ask you. Were you allowed to wear makeup as a kid?
Yes.
Okay. There was no, like, restriction in age or anything? It was just whatever you wanted to do?
Whatever I wanted to do. My mom even took me to the Clinique counter and bought me, she didn't buy me drugstore makeup.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiled that way.
That's nice.
She did buy me Clinique because that's what I wanted. That's what my friends were wearing at the time. So that's what I got, and that's why I was frosty for a lot of my younger years.
I had a very different experience with my first time at the Clinique counter, which is why I do not ever buy anything from Clinique ever.
I can understand that.
But it's funny, like, you know, experiences are everything. And I understand,
Absolutely.
like, you know, as a kid, I think it was 15 or 16, and I had bleach blonde hair, and I wore baggy skater pants, and I wanted red eyeshadow. That's what I was looking for, red eyeshadow. And they were so snotty and rude to me. I had like $100 on me because it was my birthday money.
Yep.
And no, they were super snobby, so I left without buying anything, and I was crushed. Oh, I was so upset, and I'm still mad about it. I mean, that was, what, 25 years ago?
Clearly. But you know what? But it's stuff like that
Yeah.
you don't forget. And by the way, people, if you do makeup on other girls, do not blow on your makeup palette, your eyeshadows, and get your spit all over it, because then you really can't use it on anybody else. I'm just saying.
But yeah, no, experiences are everything, and that's one of the things I try to emphasize whenever I teach classes to people. You know, you don't have to be rude. There's no reason for it.
No, there isn't. You should treat everybody, even though if they drive you crazy, treat them like you would want to be treated, because you know what? That reflects upon you, not them.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the way I live life. I would treat others like I want to be treated, even if I'm not treated the same way.
Right. Doesn't hurt to be kind.
It does not.
What's your favorite thing to do on other people?
My favorite thing to do, ironically enough, eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though it was the hardest for me to grasp, it's not my favorite thing to do.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing to do on people?
I don't know. I think it's a combination of eyebrows and just giving someone like a look that they're confident in. Honestly, like my favorite thing is when somebody comes in and they're upset, whether they're going through a divorce or they lost a baby or they've gained a lot of weight, or, you know, something has happened in their life to cause them to feel horrible about themselves. It takes very little to make someone feel better about how they look. So that's my favorite thing. When I can just throw a face on them and they leave feeling better than they did when they walked in.
Like you did for me.
That's my favorite. That's why I like to do it. But if I had to pick one thing to do on people every day, it would be eyebrows.
When you go on the internet, eyebrows.
That's
one of my favorite memes.
I like the one where it says, "What happens if you wake up and you don't have any eyebrows?" Eyebrows.
Eyebrows. I always wake up with no eyebrows.
You too. Look, I don't have any eyebrows.
No, they're not the same when it comes to eyebrows. Oh, looks like I finally do my shadow. Today I'm using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I think I might have used this on my wedding, but I might have used the Subculture palette. I really quite honestly don't remember.
Stealing away from me.
Do
Where'd
it.
you get these?
I got those at Ulta in the Korean skincare section.
Rice brightening.
Yes, and they are like my favorite things ever.
How much do these run?
I think they were like $10, and there's like 180 or something in there. Yeah, it's
Rice brightening facial cleansing tissue by Skin Food,
and they're amazing.
Oh, yeah. They're nice.
I mean, they're scented, which I normally don't care for, but it's not like overly obnoxious, so I don't mind it. But I love them.
These are good for like keeping in your kit for anybody who's got sensitive skin issues like I do, because these don't burn, they don't turn your skin red.
Nope, they're warm.
And yeah, like you said, they're perfume, but they're not overwhelming.
It's not overwhelming where you're like, oh, get it away from me.
What advice would you give to a young girl or boy who's just getting into makeup?
Practice. Watch people you admire. Watch the way they do things. Ask questions. Don't be scared. You're not going to learn unless you ask. Or like me, like I learned by watch. By watching people do makeup.
What different advice would you give for those who want to get into makeup? Doing it professionally. I had a bad experience doing it professionally, so I'm not really a good one to ask. I stopped doing it just for the sake of people did not pay me correctly. People did not
honor contracts. People did not. And quite honestly, I don't know why. Maybe they just thought that, oh, she just does it for fun. No, I don't. Yeah, I do it for fun. But when you asked me to do your wedding, per se, and you had me do your makeup and 5 bridesmaids, and then you hand me $20 and say, oh, that's all I have. I'm sorry. It kind of makes me bitter. So it's like, I stopped doing it professionally years ago because I was tired of getting treated like crap.
Yeah.
And I had a good paying job, so I could.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Like when you are doing this professionally, even when you're just starting out, set some clear expectations. Yes, I'll do it for you, but for this much. You should at least cover the cost of your makeup and your gas, which is at least $20 a person.
Exactly. And it's like, you know what? It's kind of heartbreaking that people just think that they can, even though you have a contract saying this, and that, verbal or not, it's honor it.
Yeah.
Be honorable, quite honestly.
Yeah, and like when you are confirming things with people, email's always good because then you can refer back to it as a, well, you okayed this email, you confirmed that I said this dollar amount, so that's what you owe. I did a wedding once where it was when I first started out. I didn't really know what to do. She was probably like my first or second person, and we had never talked about money, never. So I did her makeup, I did her mom's makeup, maybe 2 other people. And at the end, she handed me an envelope and I left. And I looked at it when I got in my car, and it was a gift certificate to Home Depot for $35.
Oh my God.
I was like, what the fuck am I going to buy at Home Depot for?
$35.
Yeah.
Like, and I did your makeup. I didn't build you a cabinet.
Yeah. But, lesson learned. That's when I knew, well, we never talked about it. So I never set any expectations for what I wanted to get paid. And it was a good learning lesson. It was a good experience. She was a nice person. It taught me a lot about like how to get my kit ready and how to get ready for a wedding and what products I didn't have that I needed. So it was a great learning experience in that respect. But it definitely taught me like, speak up.
Yep.
Like let the person know what your value is and enforce it.
And literally know your worth.
Yeah, know your worth.
Bitches, because let me tell you, after that happened a couple times
I
was done. I was done. And like, it made me bitter. Like, people, they still ask me to do their makeup. And you know what? And it makes me feel so honored and flattered that I still get asked to do it. But I've been so burned.
Yeah, jaded.
Yep, I'm so jaded. I don't want anything to do with it. That's why I would refer them to somebody that I know that does it professionally, cough, cough, and give them the business.
Yeah.
And save me the headache. Because I don't want something else to happen and make me say, screw it, I'm not
right.
Again,
yeah.
Even on myself. And I love makeup so much. It makes me so happy. Like, my husband loves playing the drums and he plays in a band and that's his thing.
Yeah.
And this is my drums in a band.
I know, everyone needs an outlet for something.
This is my creativity.
I know, and that's just it. Like, when you like to paint, it doesn't really matter what it is.
Nope.
I like to paint dressers. I like to paint mirrors and dressers and furniture and faces.
Yeah, I love to paint faces. I do.
What would you tell your younger self? If you could go back in time, where would you go back and what would you say?
I would go back to when I had the last wedding and they stiffed me. Don't give up. Keep doing it.
Stiffed you money-wise?
Yep. I wish I didn't give it up, and I wish I didn't get bitter about it. I wish I would have stuck with it. Because for me, it's so much fun. And I mean, I love my full-time job.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
what is not makeup?
Exactly. It is not makeup.
Oh, speaking of which.
Yes.
Miss Suzy is a dispatcher for our local police department. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
And we need to do another episode where we talk about makeup emergencies and troubleshooting.
Oh, absolutely. Kind of like 911, what is your makeup emergency?
Yes. So if any of you listening have any topics you want to cover, like if you've been stuck in a situation where you were completely frazzled and didn't know what to do, please shoot me a message either on Instagram at JenShaughnessyMakeupArt or shoot me an email, jenshaughnessy@gmail.com, and then let me know what troubles you've had in the past and if you were completely stumped and didn't know how to fix them. I'll give you an example. I've done makeup before going out where I was getting ready too fast and I couldn't get my lashes right. So I was completely fumbling. I couldn't place them in the right spot. I ended up having to take them off. Made a huge mess of my liquid liner and my eyeshadow, and I had to touch it up. And then because of that, my eyelashes weren't sticking, and it was just a nightmare. So things like that, like how to repair patches in makeup that's been taken off, if you were stuck doing something with a client and you didn't know how to fix it, things like that. Let me know what you want to fix. And we'll cover that in our Makeup 911 podcast. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, because I'm frustrated with my eyes.
Oh, all right. So let's talk about that. Why are you frustrated with your eyes?
Because I had a vision and it didn't come out the way I expected it to.
Okay.
So I'm just going to roll with it and do what I always do, save it with a cut crease.
That's a good fix. And I just wiped my concealer all over my liquid liner that I just did. That's annoying.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap up today's show. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty.
You're really pretty.
You're really pretty.
No, you are.
You're really pretty.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye, everybody.